seconds ago. Don't think you'll have enough water though. Oh man!
Commentary, Burgundy Commentary, Comment Blue Commentary, Comment Burgundy Blue Commentary, Blue Commentary, Burgundy Commentary, Commentary.
You guys, I got that video from My Life in the Shy, so make sure you go over to their channel and subscribe. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the fire at a place I grew up walking to all the time. It used to be the Hostess Bakery, but now it's Mr. Larry's shop. And I'm not sure, well, I will say I could tell by the cars, more than likely Mr. Larry still owned the place. But, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, Rob, and arson investigators actually just wrapped up here at the scene, but I want to show you just what that suspicious fire left behind here. As you can see, the building is now a heap of burned debris. You can see smoke there, too. Neighbors say they heard what sounded like a crash before coming outside to find the business engulfed in flames.
Oh man!
A devastating inferno tearing through the walls of this Dolton business.
It sounded like a boom,
leaving some cars hollowed and the facility a husk of what it once was. With state fire marshals spending hours sifting through burned debris following the fire that authorities say appears to be suspicious. The building has stood tall for decades, but was destroyed within hours.
Was there for since I've been here, and burnt down like that.
History is just washed away in front of my eyes this morning.
In recent years, it was called Yvette Trucking and Warehouse, a business offering moving services like U-Haul trucks, trailers, and towing equipment. At least until early Tuesday morning. That's when firefighters were called to the scene near 142nd and Dolton. The smell of smoke and the sight of flames just steps away from nearby homes.
How could it burn down? It's not like it's a fire hazard or anything like that.
A gutted lot, now the center of possible arson.
It's a little scary, you know. I hope that's not the case.
Now another live look out here where you can see the smoke still billowing from this heap of burned debris. Attempts to reach the owner for a comment were not returned. No one was hurt in this fire, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Don't think you'll have enough water though. Oh man!
You could hear over the CB or the walkie-talkie where they were saying, we don't have enough water. Now, if you haven't realized, a lot of people have been going to the podium, like Mama Hill for one, to speak on water being and the fire hydrants being readily available. We do not know how many fire hydrants are in that area, but they don't have enough water possibly on the truck. And you guys, it wouldn't be Burgundy Blue Commentary if I didn't talk a little history. I want to talk about this because I did notice the two firefighters that moved to the right when this was being fought was from Harvey. And in 2017, a Dolton firefighter did lose his life going to Harvey to fight flames there, to fight a massive fire. And to see the Harvey firefighters, and I believe I saw Calumet City out there too, to come out and be teammates with the Dolton firefighters, we're so thankful. I just want to play this clip from 2017 and send our condolences.
While on the job today, the fire happened in Harvey, but the firefighter who died was from nearby Dolton. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Gallardo is here with that story. Michelle.
Karen, Lawrence Matthews became a firefighter on his birthday back in 2009. It was a dream of his which only came true after receiving a life-saving heart transplant. It's still not known what caused him to fall ill and die today. That will come out later during autopsy. For now, his family and fellow firefighters are in mourning. A final salute for a fallen firefighter. A procession of police and fire department vehicles from all across the south suburbs accompanied the body of Dolton firefighter Lawrence Matthews from Ingalls Hospital in Harvey to the Cook County Medical Examiner this afternoon. Matthews fell ill while assisting during a fire at a mobile home park in Harvey.
We're doing exterior work. It was a defensive fire. Our crews were, the fire was spreading to a rubbish fire, and that's where he was going to tend to. And he wasn't even out there that long.
Seen here being rushed away on a stretcher, Dolton fire officials tell us Matthews initially appeared to have shortness of breath and began leaning on a fence for support. He collapsed shortly after and was pronounced dead at Ingalls Hospital.
Hello, my name is Lawrence Matthews of the Dolton Fire Department.
Taken in July of last year, Matthews participated in this Village of Dolton video promoting an upcoming health fair. It was a topic he was passionate about. According to his Facebook page, it was 10 years ago last week he received a life-saving heart transplant. He met his wife at the same hospital he was operated on. He coached Little League Baseball. Lawrence Matthews was 36.
He was a jovial guy. He loved his job. He was a family man. He had 4 little ones. Loved his wife. Loved the job. And it's gonna be tough.
Even before getting called out on today's fire, Matthews was on duty helping to administer exams to 250 applicants to the Dolton Fire Department.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
Terrible. Okay, thank you very much.
Such a brave man. Thankful to the Matthews family. You are in our prayers and our heartfelt condolences. He went out to Harvey, Illinois to come and fight a fire, even though he was employed by Dolton. And the same is happening here. Dolton firefighters were fighting a blaze, and we saw some of the Harvey firefighters. And we just are thankful that the community comes together for times like this. And thank you to all the firefighters. So we want to get back to Mr. Larry's place. And yes, I'm calling it Mr. Larry's place because he started in the news. You know, we heard his cries and his stories when he felt like he was being shaken down by the super mayor. Those were his words, and he did not want to give any more money up. But we also saw the inside of his place when Tiffany Henyard, our mayor, definitely showed what was going on at night. He kind of turned into a club, and that was on the True Speak series. And we also got to hear from Mr. Larry on one of my favorite podcasters, Spencer Cornelia. He was the first to come to Dolton, and he hit the streets and let us see a glimpse of the town. So let's hear Mr. Larry's side and Tiffany Henyard's side.
Yours and yours alone. So now I'm here to walk in my truth, and that's what I'm gonna do today. Okay, so today, the first person we're going to discuss is the U-Haul, Mr. Larry. So Mr. Larry, he claims, alleged, right? Let me use the right words, alleged, that he owns a U-Haul place in our village off of 142. Those that live in our community right off of 142 is right across from 142nd and Dante, to be exact. It's an expressway. Everybody get off that E-way doing about 90 miles an hour. And he said he got a candy store, right? Come on, really, look at my face. Candy store. Right there off the E-way. So the kid gonna cross the street and run over? No, they don't do that. So I just want to point these things out, show you what really truly do exist, because the world's watching, but y'all don't live in our community to really know what's really going on in our own backyard. So I'm gonna show you what they version was, and I'm gonna show you the body cam of what's really going on in my town, because we got a lot of underground clubs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get the little QR codes, get in the back door, and y'all open at 2 a.m. in the morning. Where they do that at? 2 a.m. to 5, 6, 7 in the morning? That's what's going on in my community. So I just want you guys to know what we are about to do, or what we're about to show you, and now you will see True Speaks. Here we go. Watch the video. And this is the news portion, so I'm going to let it play. And I want you to listen, and then we will go into the true body cam of what really happened that night and what's going on while you're asleep. While you're asleep, remember, Mayor Henyard's always working. So this is the things we catch at night, but the news didn't show you none of this. Why is that? Let's go.
Gardner says he's also considering a lawsuit alleging the
so
village
this is Mr.
illegally
Larry.
shut down his candy store.
He had a candy store, right?
It all. Yeah.
And
so we're going to watch what the news told.
There's no freight. I just have a couple of friends that don't have anywhere to put their belongings, so I put the stuff in here to collect a couple of dollars to pay the rent.
That clip was from the news. So let me show you what Mr. Larry been up to. Let me show you what we've been watching. So pay attention, because it's a whole sitcom, I kid you not, for about 45 minutes. But we about to show you what we've been dealing with every other night, every weekend, when we find out that they're having these underground nightclubs in our backyard, you're going to be amazed at what goes on in here. And I'm going to talk to you as it is rolling. Play the tape.
Right now. Come on in. You the owner of the establishment? Right here. Okay.
So, this is
how we doing, gentlemen?
Larry DeLiar's.
Hey, who's the owner?
U-Haul place.
You? Okay. We wouldn't
And you
have
have
to
one
be
of our
having any type of
officers
events or parties
here
scheduled for tonight, would we?
at his location.
Private club?
And they're asking him about
are you
his
licensed to operate a private club?
business license.
Just throw it for my friends.
Throw it for your friends. Okay. What we got going on back there?
They just having a party.
Okay, you mind if I take a look?
Sure.
All right.
So he told him he could take a look. Now he said candy store. Did y'all see any candy anywhere? I didn't. Unless you 50 Cent in the candy shop. I don't know. What is this? But it looks like a nightclub, guys. What does that look like to you? Y'all tell me. I don't know. You tell me what that look like. That look like a nightclub. It's about to go down. Boy, look at that. Oh, only in Dolton, right?
Mr. Larry, so we're going to have to shut
So the officer comes back up.
Down. You're not
He
licensed
talks to him.
That type of event.
That he does not have a business license, nor do he have a liquor license to operate that in our community. But again, the news didn't tell you that. They talked about a candy store. Stop! Candy store on 142. Anybody that live over there off 142 in Dante? 142 in Dante. It's an expressway. When people exit, they doing about 70 to 90 miles an hour off the E-way. Literally. You're not gonna let your kid go off the street to go to that spot for a candy store. Just not gonna do it. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. We not gonna do it. But this is what's in my backyard, guys. This is the things that you see me fighting against. So here we go. We're gonna go to part 2. That's part 1. That's part 1. Told you, get your popcorn, get your cover. I know it's raining outside, but stay with me. Here we go. This part 2. Now, it's another night, and we get a call about club activity in our village. Once again, you just saw part 1. He don't have no business license. He don't have no liquor license. All illegal, right? So he's operating an illegal underground nightclub in our town, which he had been doing for several months, let alone years. He's been told several times, but he continually does it. So officers got called to the scene, as you can see. And as you can see, as they're at the scene, Larry the liar, he's right here. What? Would you look at that? Zoom in. So what? Look at that. What is that? Is that a gun? Oh, what you need a gun at a candy store for? I'm just saying. Choir mans want to know. I'm just saying. What you need a gun at a candy store? So as you go walk through, you see all these vehicles. Again, remember, y'all just saw the news. What the news tell y'all it was?
Party shut down. You got to go.
They told you it's a candy store / truck stop. I don't see not one truck. Show me where a truck at. I'll wait. Truck. Where you at? Truck. Would you look at this? Cars for days. Cars. It's like a whole party going on, right? Whole nightclub. I wonder what the interest fee was. And remind you, if you don't live in our town, this is like in the cut. Like you won't even notice it. It's so hidden, this location. But when you got so much activity going on, or when the police is called, that's how we find out about a lot of things that goes on at night while y'all sleep. He opened these clubs up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and be there till 7 a.m. I'm like, where they do that at? Little did I know in Dolton. But this what we fighting against. Look, girl twerking. She got a bottle. Now look at this. You finna enter this club scene. And you see as we enter, look at all them people. But remember, again, candy store. This is a full-blown nightclub. But look at this. You got people for days, you got chairs, you got stages, you got the DJ on the 1s and 2s. Look at this, people. But this is what I try not to do is put people's stuff on blast. But today is the day. Because you keep trying to throw me under the bus and say, it's the mayor, it's the mayor. No, it's not the mayor. It's you, sir. You are having illegal clubs in our community with no business license, no liquor license. You even got illegal gambling machines. Come on, man. People, look. She say, look. We ain't got beans, greens, potatoes. We got a whole nightclub. Look at this. In Dolton. Like a young crowd too, boy. It's fun to get it in. But this is what we've been dealing with, guys. These are the parts that is really, really sad that the news don't show you. Because they have to paint a picture of the mayor's bad. And this is what I mean when I talk about the news trying to defame my name. But again, if you live here, you understand. If you live here, you know what community has been complaining about. And you know what community do not want. But people always go about it the wrong way. And then turn around and say, oh, it's her, it's not me. Stop it. Stop it, sir. Larry the liar, stop it. You caught, poof, be gone. You caught. Stop. I don't know what you got going on up in here. What is this? I don't know, like a little boom boom room. What is this? What do you got going on, sir? But this is not acceptable. Just not. I ain't even know you had all this going on in the back. Yep. So as you can see, residents, I wanted to show you footage of what happens when the lights go off. At 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. in your own backyard. And the minute something happened, and y'all like, well, why they got a club? Well, what's going on? That's what we saying. Look, they had to get their picture, boy. They're like, no, I want my picture. I'm not going nowhere till I get my picture. This is what happens. But today, truth speaks. And I told you, if you want the tea, get it from me. Because I got the facts. With the receipts. That part. Y'all weren't ready for that, was you? Nope. Y'all thought I didn't have no receipts. I always keep receipts. People can say whatever they want, but I keep them receipts, though. On ice. So, here go the gaming. Now, look at this, guys. I don't know if you know how gaming work or how villages make their money. They make money per machine. If you don't know about that, it's another tax that most municipalities and cities do. And you have to be registered so that county, state, people get their money, right? Illegal game machines. Did you see how many yet? Did you see that? News, where you at? No.
Okay, so I'm not here to judge Mr. Larry. Only him and the mayor know what was going on between the two of them in this situation. But let's go to Spencer Cornelia, who I always tell you guys was the first person to go to Dolton and talk to the locals. On his show, you don't see him talking to the same three people all the time that have something to say about how corrupt the mayor is. He really went into the community and got their voices heard. Some people liked the mayor, some people did not like the mayor. And one thing he did get was an interview with Mr. Larry. So let's hear Mr. Larry's side.
Dolton cannot afford to have a mayor running a budget like this. If she buys a $4 million house in a couple years, we'll know the source of the funds. We were next door yesterday. The guy didn't want to be on camera, but he said, we have to speak to the owner of this business. And so we just came up here now. It's closed, so we weren't able to go up to the front door, but we did have someone try to get in who had the owner's number. So we called him and then I recorded the call.
Being done. I've had the police to break into my place. I mean, literally, cut the lock, broke in. They've called all of the people I did business with and told them that I no longer can do business in Dolton.
After I got home, I realized that Larry is mentioned in this article by WGN-TV. The Dolton truck yard owner claims he's been repeatedly harassed for not supporting Mayor Tiffany Henyard. "I'm suffering," Gardner said. "They destroyed my trucking company. They shut my store down."
She wanted me to donate to contribute some money to her campaign. I did it the first time, which was $3,500. When it come around the second time, I didn't do it. So in retaliation, they shut my business down.
Where his allegations are concerned, he's not alone. Others in town share similar stories of alleged retaliation for not backing Henyard, a former trustee who was elected mayor in 2021. "It's a regular occurrence," Wiedemann said. "She uses the police force to intimidate residents." Are you familiar with anyone else in this town having the same experience?
Everybody.
Everybody. So this is not just you and a couple other people?
She shut down 40 businesses.
40 businesses? Would you have any proof of that, or is that getting around town?
It's in the court. I mean, everybody knows. It's no secret.
While that sounds bad enough, it's the next stunt she pulled that gained a lot of media attention.
Anthony and Natalie, she makes a whopping $224,000 a year. Now Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard wants to cut the salary of her position by nearly $200,000.
And we're going to stop it right there because my next video will be on Tiffany Henyard's salary, because I noticed that Spencer made this video a year ago, and as of last night, the salary was brought up again, and the same news channels are covering it, and the YouTubers right now, we're talking about it, right? So I just wanted to go back to that. That was interesting. We stopped there. But back to Mr. Larry, you heard his side, you heard Tiffany's side, and it's just up to you to make a decision. I am just so glad it was nobody that was killed or hurt or anything like that in this situation. Thank God, okay? Let's go to another fire that I think is a cold case. No one really figured it out. And it's so sad because the property still looks bad to this day. And it really could be like a mayor mansion or something, like the city could own it. But it's just sitting there looking bad. And this is the mansion that was built in Dolton in the early 2000s, and it was sold. A business owner did build this house from the ground up. It's magnificent. And our famous Chicago basketball sensation Dwayne Wade bought it for his father. And let's go to that news clip.
Claims engulf the former home of a basketball great, Dwayne Wade. Tonight, police say the circumstances surrounding the fire in South Holland are suspicious. Let's get right to CBS 2's Roseanne Tejas live from the scene in the south suburbs. And Roseanne, was anyone home at the time?
No, it appears no one was in the house at the time, Erica. Right now, arson investigators are at the scene since that explosion and fire rocked the neighborhood just after 1 o'clock. Now, police say a person of interest has been picked up and is being questioned. They were picked up just a few blocks away.
A citizen pointed out a subject that might have been involved with this. So we have one person in custody as a person of interest that we need to interview in regards to the incident that happened here.
I came out and I said, "What was that?" It was like a bomb went off. And he said, "It's the house across the street."
Residents say an explosion shook their homes. Chopper 2 captured the thick black smoke pouring from the home on 158th Street in unincorporated South Holland. Fire officials confirmed the smell of accelerants when they arrived. The residents were not home at the time of the explosion and fire, which destroyed the home. Residents around here know it best as Dwayne Wade's old house, but it sold back in July 2016. The new owner is listed as an LLC. Now, police won't say how the person of interest is connected to this property or to residents who may have lived here, just that they're going to be questioning that person, a man, tonight. Also, I noticed they brought in some lights. It looks like they're getting ready to continue their investigation well into the dark. Live in unincorporated South Holland tonight, Roseanne Tejas, CBS 2 News. Rob, Erica.
Okay, Roseanne, thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for reaching the end of the video. Please consider commenting, and subscribing. And if you can, join my Patreon. And we're wishing Mr. Larry the best, and we're praying for all involved. Let's see where this goes from here, and I'll keep you updated. Bye.
Blue Commentary, Burgundy Commentary, Comment Blue Commentary, Burgundy Blue Commentary.